YouTube, what the crap's going on? Deja vu for me, as this is the third time that I've recorded this same instance. And I will, for the third time, sound off and say thank you to the viewer who helped to update the submod for DEI to allow me to get this campaign back to you. The original creator of the submod I used for the faster battles also updated his today, so we're back in business. Carthage campaign's back, no need to worry, it'll be here. I'm going to actually defend in this fight against the Romans. They've levied up this army here in response to my invasion of Italy. And yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you, but I have defeated them twice before. Because I've recorded this twice before. But the first time I recorded it, I did a rear charge with my general, and like almost his whole unit was still left, and he died, which was ridiculous. And the general's name's Hannibal, and I'm doing a Carthage campaign. I know it's not the Hannibal bark, but I was like, that's really irritating, and I'm not going to tolerate that. So I reloaded it, re-recorded it, and I was like, all right, here we go. And Hannibal's a beast this time. He wins the battle, and then the game locks up on the loadout screen for the battle, and I was like, are you kidding me? So here I am, third time's a charm. But I love the Carthage campaign that much. You love it that much. Though I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty ticked off right now. I don't want to have to be fighting this battle yet again. But again, thank you to those who helped get the mod working again. Otherwise, my gosh, this would be a very long time, because these battles are so ludicrously long without the mod that speeds up the combat in DEI. They are long. And I honestly don't even like playing the mod unless I have the sub-mods that speed up the combat. Like it's insufferable for me, like how long the combat is. Now I know some of you like that, and that is perfectly fine, but it is not something that I enjoy. Not at all. So we need to see. I've got my pikes. I got my pikes holding off these main. This camera is kind of weird in this mod too. Like, see that when I move, like it if you go over a building or something, a lot of times it seems to. I've got my camera angle tilted, and sometimes it'll pop it back up as soon as you zoom back in and out. It's not really my favorite either. It's pretty irritating because see, yeah, every time I do the zoom, when I'm trying to pan down and then change my zoom, it screws it up. So yeah, that's pretty darn irritating. Anyway, enough things that are irritating me. I'm in an irritated mood, and that's why it's becoming easy to irritate me here. Let's go ahead and close off this small street with some pikes as well. We'll put our Carthaginian hoplites here. I'm kind of hoping to get them free. We can put some Libyan hoplites here as well. They should be able to hold for time enough anyway. Got the Libyan hoplites, and we'll put behind them some of the other garrison spears that can help defend that point, as well as some of these mob. Our slingers, I also want to be able to get out free and mobile. There is going to be a lot of Roman cav, though. I'm not sure I want to get any of my units out and about too early in this, because there's going to be a lot of Romans and a lot of Roman cavalry. So I kind of want to see where they're going to come from first before we do anything hasty. Let's get the skirmish mode off on these guys, and we'll do the same thing. These javelins, let's get my general and other cavalry units back here at the town center. Javelin men there. So phalanx. We cannot go into hoplite phalanx just yet. Let's go ahead and hit play, or start the battle. We're gonna see where the Romans come from. I get the privilege of defending, which means that they're going to have to try and beat through my impenetrable wall of pikes. So yes, I will not make that easy. I kind of want to see what all directions the Romans are going to come from to make sure my pikes are facing them, and then take my hoplites in the opposite direction so that I can then swing them out and around into combat. So I actually think I'm going to take these pikemen. We'll move over here and place them in a line, please. There we go. let's move these hoplites out here, and let's come take advantage of this smaller space to block that off. And then our hoplites, hopefully we can run them out this back entrance. We've got some Roman Hastati making their way up early. Let's go ahead and fast forward. There's going to be a long time before the AI gets here. Even with the ultra-fast battles, the combat is still probably slower than your typical Rome 2 Emperor Edition. And like I said, believe me, it is painstakingly long whenever you don't have any sub-mods on it, to the point where it is completely unenjoyable for me, which is why I didn't play it until I got this mod. Some of you may like it that way. I utterly disdain playing it that way because I find it far too tedious. Oh my gosh, that camera mode. Can that be changed? That is going to drive me crazy. So let's see, what is it? Yeah, no, it's not game settings. Controls, probably air controls. Battle. Standard camera. Let's try the classical total war camera and see if that's any better. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's better. Oh, that's so much better. Alrighty, so here comes the first Romans who are going to meet my Carthaginian pike lines. I'm fighting in a very Alexander-esque fashion so far in this campaign. It is still in fast forward, which is why that looks ludicrously fast. So there those guys are getting impaled on the front of my pikes. This is not going to go over well for them. They are not going to last long in that fight. My pikemen are going to start racking up kills pretty quick because some of that charge is probably going to get reflected on them. I don't know if... Now, the pikemen don't have expert charge defense, but I imagine that the harder you charge and the faster into a fixed unit with a relatively low health unit, like a early Hastati, that would be a bad deal indeed for the Roman troops. Go ahead and start moving hoplites into this corridor too. Like I said, we're just gonna have to fast forward for quite some time to get all the Roman troops up here, and then we will defeat them. This is why I'm not moving too many troops out and about just yet. The Romans could see my troops come at me with overwhelming force against my small group, and with this striking cavalry here, they could potentially get at my slingers and all kinds of other problems. So that's why I kind of would have liked to sally out for this battle, but I feel like it's safer to fight it here where the advantage is mine, in the tight streets, forcing the AI into my pikes in exactly the manner that I want. They have enough numbers here that the AI could have overwhelmed my pikes on open ground. Would have been a fun battle, but like I said, I didn't feel like I wanted to take the risk here of getting my pikes killed on open ground when I can easily defend the streets and cause the AI unnecessary losses. Looks like they are probably going to blob their attack, which this is what I want. I want them to come in and get fully engaged here. Completely engaged.
Our units have been discovered.
Turn a couple of these guys this way. So yeah, all the Romans are inbound. Their cavalry is what I really want to keep an eye on. They got a bodyguard here. And here's their main bulk of cav. Right in that area. So they are going to run an attack straight down the streets. Let's take a look at this. We'll actually look at it in normal time. So here you can see my pikemen are going to be holding off the Romans quite efficiently. Like I said, this is exactly the kind of fight that my pikemen want. But that is a pretty big horde of Romans coming down the street. So, pretty big horde indeed. All I can see from back here is spears sticking in the air. But all they're going to see is sarissas in their thorax. So yeah, my pikemen, like I said, this is going to be a battle in which they should perform very efficiently. Let's take a step back and look at the casualties here. This unit's actually lost a few guys here, but they are racking up kills very quickly. This unit is also going to do well. So yeah, this fight is going to go go very well for me. The Romans have pretty much put all of their units in one spot. So what I'm going to do now is start to move this pikeman over up here through that causeway. And let's actually... let's take 2 of these guys this way, and let's take 1 over here. Let's bring these cav over here too. And then as far as slingers go, let's get my slingers out here. This guy must have gotten left on fire at will. Yeah, I really want to hurry and try and trap the Romans in this street with my pikemen. I think I can. And then these, let's move around. So yeah, the biggest bulk of the Roman troops are here, and I've already racked up 90 kills with this pike unit for relatively few losses, 54 with this. And these pikemen here are going to start doing well, and we can really ratchet up the pressure by bringing this pike unit in down this street. And I'm actually going to, it's going to be very slow, but I'm going to try and walk this unit forward so that the Romans will hit my pikes if they come forward. So yeah, my guys should move pikes down. They'll be considerably slower, but considerably safer at the same time. Let's bring my levy slingers over here. Want these hoplites over here as quickly as possible. That is a Petites Extraordinary. That is a very strong unit, and it is actually straight up crunching my pikemen from the front, probably due to its armor. Yeah, these guys are straight up winning the fight against my pikemen head on, so I'm going to want to do something about that. Let's bring my cavalry in. Yeah, that is an extremely potent spear unit. There's another one of them here too, making its way out towards this pike unit. So that's a pike unit in formation that was fully braced and is just straight up losing to this losing badly to that Petites Extraordinary. So I'm going to run a rear charge on it with all this cavalry here, and I'm going to hit them with the war cry too. Inspire my troops here. Get a second win so that my guys will keep their stamina. The Petites Extraordinary are suffering from morale shock. It's going to be tough to get them to waver though. And we really need to break them here, because otherwise in extended combat they'll kill a lot of my cavalry.
General is under attack.
This pike unit here has now engaged this Petites Extraordinary, and it is beating the living crap out of my pikes. We're going to need to get over there and give them help as quickly as possible too. This Extraordinary unit has stabilized and is not going to rout, so I don't have a choice here but to remove my cavalry from that fight. We're going to put my hoplites in formation and then charge the Petites from behind.
The men are wavering.
I've got a pike unit wavering here in the center as well. This is very, very bad. We definitely do not need pikemen wavering here. So we've hit the Petites Extraordinary again from behind with my hoplites, and that has been enough to break them. We can now take this extra pike unit and reposition it here, and we'll do the same thing here. That Petites Extraordinary will be gone very quickly. This one over here, though, is absolutely crushing my pikemen head on. So I'm going to bring in a hoplite unit. Let's see if we can flee with this pikeman and keep it alive. We probably won't. Okay, let's bring these Carthaginian hoplites need to come back out here. Swing around with my cav. Like I said, we just want to try and free this pikeman. It might rout. Our hoplites have gotten a good charge here, and they'll actually do a lot better versus that Petites Extraordinary, because they're kind of an equivalent class of unit. I've forgotten I need to run my slingers all the way back up here too. We've still got a lot of Roman enemies here, and they could potentially... We need to run these spearmen around here as quickly as we can. Just by sheer weight of numbers, the Romans are causing me huge problems here. We really need to break through over here. Let's put those guys into phalanx, and let's give these give my men here the extra help they need. So we're gonna bring 2 more hoplite units in on the charge. Okay, let's see. Kind of come in here close. I've got a lot of pike units stacked up here, so I don't think the Romans are going to have the strength to break through. We've got an extra support here. These Petites Extraordinari are dying. That is a tanky unit. It's an impressive unit. It's very similar to my Carthaginian hoplites in the fact that it's an old school heavy infantry. And they are dishing out quite a pummeling in extended combat, and their armor and mass, it appears, gives them the ability to hurt my pike phalanx even from the front, which is challenging for me at best. I'm going to bring my general up here and use the second wind on these hoplites that are taking the long way around. It's about to, or no, we already used it. That's probably the only thing that was keeping them from getting tired already. Let's get these slingers, keep working around. These slingers could help end this big blob fight for me. And then if we're able to break through over here, that'd be great, but this fight's going to now take quite a long time as well. I have a lot of extra support, but I mean, this is going to turn into a fight of heavyweights. Fortunately, my guys have more numbers than the Petites Extraordinari. And I really want to get my slingers involved in this fight. Okay. Let's let my hoplites rest here. Let's get my slingers up. Get them ready for some nice shots. Yeah, get my guys back behind them. We're going to give my slingers as many good shots as we can. Some Roman units have begun to rout. Some of my pike units are racking up extraordinary numbers of kills. And I've got plenty of them to keep the Romans bottled up for a significant amount of time. When these Petites Extraordinari start to bite the dust here, my men will start to achieve a pretty significant breakthrough, as the rest of the units here are not going to possess the fighting capability to really stop me over here. But they will still hold me for a good long time. I'm now ready with these slingers to open up on the rear of this giant Roman blob. You can see, like I said, the Romans just here going by sheer barbaric weight of numbers, trying to break through. And I'm going to start peppering them from behind with some very concentrated Italian slinger fire. Should be coming in at any moment. You guys not... Yeah, let's go ahead and fire away, please. Looks like they're having to move up into position to get a firing arc. Let's target the enemy general here. Yep. This is looking good. I can see sling stones coming in now. So this is going to start to chip away at the Roman morale rather quickly. Being shot in the back while being engaged from every side, basically. So yeah, you can see more and more Roman units now starting to waver. Oh yeah, there's some serious slinger fire pouring into that mass now. So now a good old-fashioned Roman chain rout is in order. I'm lucky to have not lost more of these pike units. Like I said, that levy unit is coming out to engage me.
The enemy general is dead.
Well, that is good news. Enemy general's dead. It's time to I think it's time to bring up these hoplites. I'm gonna flee my slingers away from the this group here. I'm going to hit these guys with my general's cavalry unit real quick just to get them out of pursuit of my slingers. That ought to substantially weaken them. Another enemy general down, so we're going to see some pretty serious routing going on here. Okay, we can bring up my hoplites to get ready for rear charges. My slingers soften these guys up enough that the Roman morale is very, very fragile, to say the least. And I'm going to try and close the door basically here on the Roman retreat, so there'll be no way out. These guys are going to be lucky here. I say that. I'm going to go ride them down. They're not that lucky. Hurry up. Get up in here in this position. Okay, so the Roman troops have actually basically come and surrendered now. They're all going to be trying to flee, so I'm going to pour everything I have in at their fleeing troops and try and cut them down as they flee. Some of them look like they're going to try and squeeze through this gap here. I don't want that to happen. That's actually kind of making me mad. Try and get some guys over here in their way. There we go. I'm gonna make sure that no one gets away that easily. Chase into that blob, chase into that blob. Everybody let them have it. No one escapes. Pin the Romans in and destroy them. Let's go chasing more routing troops over here. It looks like the Romans are kind of pouring out in single file, which is going to help them escape. But we're killing massive numbers of their men at this point. So yeah, you can see the routing Roman troops fighting for their lives in the streets. Quite unsuccessfully, might I add. You can see them here trying to file past my pikemen in this small corner. I've got Libyan spearmen waiting here for them as they pass. And then I'm moving cavalry over here too to chase down the stragglers if that wasn't enough. But their units are so split up that I can't effectively pursue them with this cavalry because their units are spread out all over the map. You can see that my attack order is telling them to come way back over here, even though half their units are out here. So, yeah, that's going to end up being a mass slaughter of Roman troops here. I'm going to go ahead and end the battle so that we have some time to get something else in this episode. So, it's definitely a good battle for us. Got 3,054 kills against 3,800 Romans, so very few survivors. Some of my pikemen getting some nice chevrons there. Definitely a good deal. Those Carthaginian hoplites are pretty tanky. Some nice units. Get them into that hoplite phalanx before the charge, and they seem to be causing some extraordinary damage. Really like that mechanic in the DEI mod. It's definitely nice. It kind of feels like it gives the hoplites a purpose. They're decent at fending off cav. They're very slow because they're heavily armored and shielded, but their charge is very painful, and it's just kind of a neat deal to see. Again, I wasn't there for any real-life hoplite warfare, but it seems nice in the sense that, you know, you'd think a big wall of bronze charging at you would be a pretty painful thing to experience. So, great battle for us. Huge defeat for the Romans. I'm hoping that we can kind of fully complete the conquering of Magna Graecia. It's going to be hard to hold the Romans at bay entirely with just one army in Italy, as they would be able to move around me and make all kinds of frustrating moves. We'll see if the Arevaci decide to do anything. They're going to sally out against me as well, so we're going to get another big battle in here. This one's going to be open ground, though. Don't feel like that's the best move for them, though, because of my elephants. And they've got 2 cav units, both of which are quite good. They're this very nice heavy Iberian cav. It's their general. But if I'm able to fix their infantry and get my elephants, it's going to be a very short fight. So yeah, very, very short fight if that's what happens. My Carthaginian hoplites over there too, those are some pretty stout units too. They can handle pretty much any of these Iberian infantry they're going to get thrown at them. Their general cavalry units are the biggest worry for me. Those are very capable cavalry. I'm going to want to get a hold of them with either skirmishers or with spears. I should hold a skirmishing advantage here too, which would be quite nice. We can use that to hopefully cut down their cavalry from a distance, since we don't have a quantitative cab advantage of any sort. I'm gonna kind of try and get my, I don't want my infantry super blocky, but I don't want it spread out too thin. I'm gonna put my my power infantry on my right. Get my slingers here to support my main phalanx. And then what we'll do is we will get our elephants and our light cav over here. And we'll actually take our Iberian assault infantry over here too. And then we'll put my general over here to support my heavy Carthaginian infantry. So I need to remember to get all my hoplites into a hoplite phalanx before combat begins. That is a pretty big Arevaci host up in front of us. Let's go ahead and walk my cavalry.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Yeah, it's a pretty sizable force of Arevaci, and they're going to try and form up with their reinforcements. The reinforcements are going to be kind of a tattered. This will actually be very important. It's going to be their garrison reinforcements coming in, I believe. Or no, they had two armies. They had two armies. But if we can defeat these guys soundly with enough troops left, we can quickly move forward and recapture Carthago Nova, which will be very important. I was very close to capturing Cartuba, so I wasn't real happy at the interference that the Arevaci ran here for the Turdetani, because I basically had the Turdetani up against the wall, smeared on it, if you will, needing a janitor in order to help cleanse them. Oh man, I just can't get enough of the Turdetani jokes. Don't know why I find it so much fun. Okay, walk the cavalry again. Just keep my infantry moving. I want to move up into slinger range. These Arevaci skirmishers are going to be massively outranged. And their Iberian swordsmen might be vulnerable to my skirmishers. The Balearics can put down a pretty savage beating. I do have those two cav units there. That Iberian assault infantry is a pretty cool unit. Okay, let's push it up. I want to get in range of the enemy troops here and begin firing. I want to try and force them forward before all of the reinforcements have showed up the way they want. Okay, my Balearics should open fire. And let's see what the enemy does. If they sit there, I'm just going to let them take it, because my overshots will hit their Iberian swordsmen. And I don't think these guys are going to be particularly well protected from missile fire. Yep, they're going to come forward. Let's go ahead and get all my hoplites into a phalanx formation before it's too late. My slingers are getting excellent shots here, killing a fair few men already. Let's go ahead and pull back. Okay, my infantry charge should be able to hurt their guys pretty badly. I am going to go into slow motion here in just a second, just to make sure I get all my charge orders off correctly. Okay, my slingers are back to safety. I'm going to take them off fire at will and skirmish so I can choose their targets. We're going to hit slow motion here. I'm going to charge the incoming Iberian infantry units. I feel pretty confident that this is going to be the type of fight I want to be in. Let's pepper some of those Iberian slingers. Let's actually go out of phalanx mode here so my guys will move a little faster. Out of formation and chase that cav. Let's actually just push these guys up over here. Push up, push up. Actually get back into the phalanx. Okay. Hopefully my mainline charge is going to succeed. Let's go after the Iberian light cav with my own guys. We'll hold one unit back to push their skirmishers back so my elephant line can engage. We're going to hit these guys on the flank. And should get a good run at the one of the enemy Lancer cav here. See, my Libyan hoplite line did get a number of kills off the charge, and they're actually fighting with some success. Let's hit plate. Okay, we're going to push these Arevaci skirmishers back. Get ready to bring my elephants up. And the combination of Iberian assault infantry and cavalry should drive back their light cav here with relative ease. We're getting a wrap up on this flank already. We need to drive the elephants home quickly. Come on, elephants, over here, please. Let's push through. I don't know how long my main line to hold, so I'm not going to want to push my luck there. We managed to push off one unit. The Iberian Lancers and my Carthaginian hoplites are creating a mass rout over here. That ball of Iberian units here in the center is just going to be too tempting. I'm going to try and pin down their Lancer cav. Got their other one coming back here. Okay, my elephants have gotten into combat and gone berserk. And the Iberian units here are going to start fleeing in droves at the fear from the elephants in the rear charge. And they're being trapped. Yep, the enemy Lancer General got caught here in a position it didn't want to be in. My hoplites have caught the other Lancer cav again. This is going to end up being just an absolute destruction of the Arevaci here. Yep. Yeah, this is just going to turn into a mass slaughter. My elephants already have 382 kills, rapidly climbing. And I'm going to send my cavalry in to finish these guys off. About to get charged on the hoof here, or on the heel with my Libyan Phoenician hoplites. Those are mercenary hoplites. That's probably part of the reason I'm paying so much upkeep right now. Yep. So, gonna get a lot of kills here. I am losing men to the berserking elephants. It's not good because my general's in there as well. I wasn't quite certain as to whether the elephants could kill my own men, but they most certainly can. And I'm shooting with my own slingers into that mix, which is also a foolhardy mistake. I want to chase down everything that's Iberian and fleeing. Let's drop a second wind here on these guys so they can more effectively pursue these troops. What's this unit here? An Arevaci skirmisher. My general's got 186 kills here. It's not bad at all. That unit got 146. These two units are racking it up over here. Yeah, those elephants clutched out 446 kills and causing the chain rout of the Arevaci troops. And my general is over here mopping these guys up. So yeah, I'd say this has been a pretty successful episode. Not a whole lot by way of the campaign map just yet. But at least we're getting some key victories here that are going to help get us back on track. I forgot these guys are mercenaries. Their upkeep cost is probably part of what's helped drive my economy into the tank here. And that means that, yeah, those guys are my only mercenaries. Let's go get those Arevaci skirmishers before they get off the battlefield. Let's get these guys down here. Just get as many of these routing units as we can. Yeah, most of those units are wrecked, pretty much beyond repair, so should be good. Don't think there's a whole lot else to do here. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. Let's go chase down some of the Scutari. Get some good chevrons for my general. And these guys are going to make it off the map, so we'll go ahead and quit that battle too. So big heroic victory for our guys. 3,462 kills. Not bad at all. Hoplite's doing an excellent job in that battle. I think the lightly armored troops here from the Iberians didn't fare well, obviously, into the more heavily armored, more defensive Hoplite line. So it seems like that charge did not go in their favor. I would think that troops like that are best used to overwhelm you with numbers, and in this case the AI was not able to perform that. Yeah, all of my cavalry racking up impressive kills, the elephants getting impressive kills, and at this point I think we got more than enough men to just go ahead and push the retaking of Carthago Nova before they're able to substantially repair and re-equip. Looks like the Gauls have pushed in from the north against the Arevaci, and I can't remember if we're on friendly terms with the Gauls or not. If I know my diplomacy, it's possible I may not have done so well there. We're not at war. We're not at war with the Gauls, and we might want to keep it that way. So I'll see what we can do potentially from a diplomatic standpoint. Well, that is good. That was a successful turn-in for us. Definitely needed the victories there. And we can actually auto-resolve this with relative ease and retake Carthago Nova. So I'm going to do so. Let's hope we don't lose our elephants or anything. I should have saved before I did this, but I did not, so it's my fault if I get screwed over. Actually worked out pretty darn well for me. So we're going to reoccupy our city, so that has helped my income substantially. These guys are actually not hitting me with the substantial amount of upkeep or the bang that I'm getting in return. Yeah, it looks like the Gauls have pushed, I say the Gauls, I'm an old Rome 1 player, you can tell the Arverni have pushed all the way down here. Let's get into the diplomacy. They actually are acting pretty friendly towards me. They want a trade agreement, which is fantastic. And let's see if we can get a non-aggression pact with them as well. And who are they at war with? They are at war with the Arevaci. The Turdetani, they are at war with most of the people that hate me. Let's see if they are interested in an alliance even. No. What about a defensive alliance maybe? So... not that either. Well, we'll let the trade and other stuff work its magic here, and hopefully get us some good feelings from the Gauls. See if these guys will trade.
Speak plainly and without...
Nope. Well, I'm certainly not paying you, so you can get over yourself.
Greetings. Now speak plainly.
There we go. Picked up a trade agreement with the Lusitani.
And our agreement. This is an honorable thing.
It looks like Macedon got itself wiped out. That's what they get for not cooperating with me. I tried to be nice, but no, you didn't need any relations with me, did you? So let's maybe see if Athens
I am honored to receive this embassy.
Athens is still no interest in trade with me. Sparta can't trade with me. So I think that's about all we can do for now. Let's see how that impacts my income. Not a whole lot more, but like I said, I think that's a successful episode. Carthage or Carthago Nova is back in our hands. We're making a little bit of money again. Having our armies out in the field, I think, was costing us quite a bit more. Brundisium could potentially be open for the taking, as we've defeated the Romans' reinforcing armies. So Magna Graecia falls ever more under my control at this point, which is really good news. Africa, of course, is in good shape, and we've managed to hold on to our kind of stranglehold on this area of Hispania, which we badly need. So Numancia is the last remaining settlement in this province. It's unlikely that we'll be able to take it. We can try, but we have a temporary truce with the Arverni that will be quite helpful in helping us to take the time to seize control of Kartuba as well, which will probably be my goal in the next episode. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you back soon.